mind if I do. Hi, everybody. Wow, lots of people here. How is everybody? Hope you're well. Yeah. Maybe wait for a few people to come in. 19 of you here, 17 likes. That's awesome. Welcome back, everybody. All right. So, I wasn't talking to you, dog. We're here today to talk about episode 9 of season 2, Strange New Worlds. Oh, I got the volume on that apparently. Which is called Subspace Rhapsody. Travels with Size says, so what do we think? I've heard a lot of things about this episode from a lot of different people. And I'm going to say it was good fun. I had a really good time watching it. Although I got to admit, on multiple rewatches, 2 or 3 of the songs are a little bit blasé for me, but overall, it's just fun. If you don't like this episode, I'm sorry that you have no fun in your life and no sense of imagination, or you gotta be such a stickler. I'm sorry. It was fun. Was it the best episode of the season? Absolutely not. Was it the worst? Absolutely not. There you go. There's my summation. Oh, thank you, Trekyards. Terrence Child says, ooh, hello, everyone from the great state of Maryland. What a surprise. That's what you say every time. And Bruce Horak as the Klingon general. Nice. I gotta know, what did you think of the Klingon boy band? I thought that was hilarious. Although they treated that like a fourth wall breaking actual onstage musical production. Just with the backdrop the way it was and the captain's chair moving. So that seemed a little silly, a little out of context considering the whole concept of what was actually happening. But hey, I thought I got a good laugh out of it. When I heard Klingons, I thought this is going to be hilarious. 56 of you here, 28 likes, guys. Hit that like button. Let's get this party started. Travels with Size says, it seems like I do have fun in my life because I liked it. Good. John Tibby says, half expected to hear Klingons on the starboard bow when the Klingons showed up. I expect the Klingons to be singing like Klingon opera. I didn't expect that. Klingon boy band was a treat. Yeah, that's one word for it. Neil Hammersmith said, had to get the Aldebaran whiskey out to make it through. The musical gimmick is overused. Yeah, it's definitely overused in Trek. I've never, there's so many musical Trek episodes that this was just too much. This was the straw that broke the camel's back as far as Star Trek musicals go. I agree with you, 100%. Yeah. There's just one too many Star Trek musical episodes. Yep. Scarpad's domain. Trek is fun when it makes you think, which this show doesn't. Okay. Ryan Hill says the Hamel Klingons. The Klingons from Hamilton. Mark says it was Hammer time. Travels with Sai. They did film a Klingon opera scene as well, but decided on the boy band because of the tone of the episode. Oh, that's good. I didn't know that. That's interesting. Joseph Barbato said, I just feel like this hurts Chapel's character for me. I felt so bad for Spock in this one. I mean, yeah, I feel bad for Spock a little bit. It doesn't hurt Chapel's character, really. I can see why people would say that, though. And it could explain the animosity between the two of them in TOS. Like Spock whips a bowl of soup out of the door. She's trying to make up for it and all that. But hey, she goes away for 3 months. She'll be back in season 3. You know, usually there's like a little bit of a break between seasons, and she'll be back. So don't worry. And yeah, it kind of had to happen. You know, it had to happen. She was a little bit of a bitch though. So, but yeah. Scarpad's domain, it's overused by shows on their last gasps creatively. Oh, nah, I see what you... Ah, uh-huh, yep. Whatever. I disagree. Let's see. I like that we got a Carol Marcus reference and she's pregnant with David. Yes. I like that it had an in-universe reason, but it won me over. Klingon opera wouldn't have been a dishonor. K-pop, however. Verpine, not a real fan of musicals, but really enjoyed this episode, even if the Klingons were pretty cringy. Yeah, well, I mean, have some fun. Just, it's not meant to be serious, this episode, so just take it for what it is. I have a feeling the next episode is going to be very serious, to the point that I think Captain Patel is going to die. But hey, we'll get to that later. Eric Martin says, I forgot that musical numbers do slow the story down. So many of the actors are good singers. Yes, they are. I think the only ones that weren't really good singers, and it kind of showed just how little they had, was the Pelia, the engineer, and also Dr. Mbenga. So... McNavia. Hello, Trekyards. Can't stay. Just stop by to hit the like button. Have a great night, everyone. Thank you for hitting that like button. Everybody else, hit that like button as well. I would really appreciate that. Somebody's sending me a message, Salty Trekker, so I can't see how many people we have. There we go. 82 people with 39 likes. Hit that like button. Let's get up to 50, guys. She's going to marry Corby. I know it. I feel it in my water. I don't think she ever marries him. They just fall in love. Neil Hammersmith, clarification. Other shows I watched all have done a musical episode, which is why it feels gimmicky, because everyone has done it. Well, I mean, there's lots of shows that don't, so maybe your choice in shows is just sketchy. I'm just saying, there's so many shows that don't do musical episodes. And they've been wanting to do a musical episode of Trek for a long time. I think this was a good cast and a good show to do it with, so I have no complaints. Sesha 314, do we really need so much Kirk throughout the season? Why not focus on Pike's crew and his adventures? That's a good point. That is a very good point. Stern Von Ulk, prior to watching, I was of the opinion it wasn't necessary, but it was executed well, and I'm a sucker for musicals. Agreed, same here. Fleetpaw throws in $2. Never fear, Fleetpaw's here. Fucking awesome show. Trek or not, now a Vulcan boy band be funny. BJ, $2. Klingon opera next season. More hot dog money. Thank you, BJ. Sean says, La'an, best TV show musical video ever. I really expected a musical number between Kirk and La'an. I'm kind of glad it didn't happen at the same time, but I really wish the one between number 1 and La'an hadn't happened. And I'm just going to randomly turn off the artificial gravity, because why? I don't know. But they're following the rules of musicals, so that's why, I guess. Because we did see people just dancing through the halls as well, so it's all a thing, right? Yeah, why is Kirk always on the Enterprise instead of the Farragut? Good question. Stern Von Ulk, gives new meaning to K-pop. The K stands for Klingon, indeed. That's what Precious thinks of that. Travels with Sai, I'm with you for Patel. It's bye, bye, bye. Bye, 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 bye. Yeah. Yeah, it is, because we've seen in the trailer that there's a damaged Constitution class. There's wreckage everywhere. I think the USS Cayuga is going bye-bye. And it's either going to be a rescue mission to save Patel, and she's going to die after they rescue her, or she's dead to begin with, or it's a rescue mission to save her, and she's going to have her stick around for another season or so. I don't know. But I think it's a good way to get Pike on that, not having a woman when we see him in Menagerie, so. Mark says, yeah, I don't think she'll make it through next week. I don't think so either. Ryan Hill, K-pop is as in Klingon pop. Yes. Salty Trekker, Trekyards, you want to check that message I sent you? I fixed it. There's nothing wrong with it, but okay, we'll check it. We'll see what you say. Give, I fixed it. There's nothing wrong with it. We'll see what is going on here. Let's see what he did to ruin things. Just do that. Hey, I fixed the ending of Subspace Rhapsody, says Salty Trekker. And he wants to premiere this on my live, I guess. Well, that's going to get copyright struck. Okay, I'm not even going to finish playing that. Well, it's kind of, that's the end of it anyway. But that's hilarious. That's actually funny. Good job. Oh, Salty Trekker. I love you. Shanti, bye Patel. At least we get first name for Stranger Worlds Canon. Terrence Childs, the music was really good. So was the singing and dancing. Surprised you liked it, Terrence. You don't like much. Fleetpaw says, looked like they were lip syncing, but I hope all the actors did their own vocals. Well, yeah, I'm sure they recorded professionally in a booth, and then, or a soundstage or a recording booth. I don't know what the hell you call it, and then they would lip sync to it. Yes. Let's see. Shanti. Oh, no. Project Achieva. Some of the singing was poorly dubbed and not synced with the actors' mouths. That's true. Eric Martin, I related to Pike when your girlfriend is carrying you a new one and others are listening in. Well, yeah. Hypno Amber. Hi, Captain Foley. Did the pasties arrive yet? They're right here. I'm going to show them off later because I'm super happy with them. Yes, they did. I knew you'd be here tonight, so. Trek or not. Yes, the Klingon tribute band. B. Ripney Spears. BJ says, let me tell the story. I can tell it all about the Vulcan boy who drove illegal alcohol. Sarek made the whiskey, Spock drove it to the moon, and when his engine roared, they call it Thunder Moon. Sure. Pumpkin Spice says, I think they wrote this hoping it would turn into Star Trek the musical. Freaking dog scratched me earlier. It's bleeding. Oh no, I'm gonna die. Tiburon says, or they just wanted to do a fun musical episode. Exactly. No problem. Nothing wrong with that. Hypno Amber, I thought it was a pretty good episode. I was worried, but was pleasantly surprised. I'm the exact same way. That's exactly what I said. Sean T reminded me of the Celine Dion music video, or similar. Of a Celine. Okay. Captain Corky, by the way, how many times can Spock prevent war with Klingons by out-drinking them? Not that I'm not enjoying it. Well, that's a good point. Pumpkin Spice says, who is Patel? Captain Patel is Pike's girlfriend. She's captain of the USS Cayuga. Fleetpaw says, Kirk is on the Enterprise shadowing Una on how to be a good XO. Yes. Stern Von Ulk, Patel has to go so Pike can end up with Vina. Indeed. Terrence Child says, now that the singing and dancing is over, can we get back to science and combat? Yeah, the next one's going to be much more dark and serious. I can promise you. BJ says, maybe we get McCoy next episode. She's dead, Pike. Travels with Sai. Patel for Pike's girlfriend. Yes. Peter Lacaco, $5. They made it work. I'll accept it. It will be a memorable episode. Yeah. Although, like I said at the beginning, I found on a few rewatches that a few of the songs, 2 or 3 of them, just didn't work for me. They weren't. I mean, first time around it was fine. But the more you listen to them, like Uhura's song is way too long and not that good. honestly. So that's just me, but E or J.E. Carolez. All I want to do is watch Star Trek episodes. If I want to see cats, I'll watch cats. I don't remember them singing about cats in this episode, so we are singing about, checking the warp core and all that stuff. So I don't know what you're talking about, man. Pumpkin Spice. Oh, Patel. I see, yes. Verpine. Put General Garcog on the solid gold dancers on screen. Brian Straight, $5. Not sold on this. Kirk, stop using him so much. I think he's really coming off as a good Kirk to me now, so sorry to hear that you're not buying it, but I think Paul Wesley's doing a pretty good job with it. Terrence Childs, is that song called America? Fuck yeah, it is. Travels with Psy, you get 5 seconds grace of music before a potential copyright. Well, I'm well aware. We've been doing this for 9 years. We're well aware of that. And it's not it wouldn't be a strike. It'd be a copyright claim. It would be different. But I still don't like to do it. Neil Hammersmith, auto tuner stocks went up after this episode. Call Sign Enterprise says this was the first episode of any of the new Trek I actually turned off the episode. I've heard that from a few people, and shame on you. I don't understand that. Just watch the episode. How short is your attention span that you can't get through an episode? I don't understand. I didn't watch it all. Well, I'm sorry, but that's just silly, in my opinion. Look at all the blood. Galaxy Thumb. Musicals are cool. Pumpkin Spice. These Broadway shows make a lot of money, more than feature films sometimes. Still think the writer wants to turn it into a musical. Maybe. Peter Lukaku, $5. Kirk is becoming more Kirk with each episode. Yes, absolutely. He is doing a really good job. Neil Hammersmith, Klingon boy band name, the Batleth Boys. I like that. That's good. Don Power Ranger says, hello, Cap and all, and happy Power Rangers month. Hope everyone is well, despite the passing of Paul Rubens and Hasbro's sale of E1 to Lionsgate. Oh, okay. Well, there you go. Didn't know about that. Travels with Psy says, I wonder if there's a Vulcan boy band K-pop. Probably. 40-something man-child. As a fan of Star Trek and musicals, I thought it was amazing. Trek has been weird before with Cupid. I loved it. Yeah, there's fun, weird episodes. This was one of them. I don't know why everybody's got their panties in a bunch. BJ says this episode, most of ate up a lot of writing time and other resources. Writing songs is not easy, then adding it in choreography. Yeah, you're right. Writing songs like this is not easy, and it was probably done like during season 1. Honestly, that's when they would have started it. Would be my guess, but I could be wrong. Eric Martin, in the immortal words of the Blues Brothers, the new Katingas are out early this year. Yes, we have a video coming out about that on Saturday. Those are clearly not supposed to be Katingas. They're D7s, as established in Discovery, even. The exact same ship design. Trust me, we have a video coming out talking about that on Saturday. So, Spock's brain called it. It wants their title back. Well, Spock's brain called it. It wants their title back. For what? Spock's brain is not the worst episode of Star Trek, but sure, if you want to say that, cool. Fleetpaw, let me ask you this. Call sign Enterprise, why would you turn it off? It's Star Trek. Even if it's a bad episode, you watch it because it's Star Trek. Agreed. But I've heard many people say that I couldn't get through it even 3 times. There's not enough weed to make this watchable. It's like, grow the fuck up. If you didn't watch it all, don't comment on it. Well, whatever. So Donnie says he loved it. It's his number 3 of season 2. Ensign Ricky, I loved it, to be honest, but I'm a musician, so I dug it. Yeah, exactly. It's for a certain audience, so a lot of people just don't get it or don't understand it. So why didn't Spock drink the Klingons under the table to get Kirk McCoy out of Rura Penthe? Good question. Matt Decker, Disco Klingons are greater than Strange New Worlds Klingons. Matt, don't come in here and troll. Come on now. Mateo Vincent, I love this episode and I wish we heard April singing. This baritone. Hypno Amber, Spock earned a drinking night with his Klingon buddies after he got his heart broken. Oh, indeed, indeed. Pumpkin Spice, with the Jeffries Tube scenes, where was Scotty? Because Scotty's not on the ship yet. So, Fleetpaw, I think you need your eyes examined, Matt Deckard. Yeah, he's just trolling. He doesn't mean any of the shit he says. Pumpkin Spice, Cats the Musical. I understand. I was making a joke. For fuck's sakes. The Cats is a musical, okay? Duh, that's what I was talking about. No shit, Sherlock. Fuck's sakes. Mark, when Una was talking about April getting on to her in a baritone song, I wanted to see that. Sean T, the lyrics are simplistic yet great for a Star Trek musical, and how the plot fit nicely. One of a kind, unique, memorable. Star Wars, where you at? My biggest thing is it's happened to a majority of the fleet and the Klingons. Why is this never even referenced again? Like, I remember that time that that was weird. Anyway, not a big deal. Hypno Amber says, I am upset that we haven't gotten to the end of the season with Pelia, has rarely been on screen, no character development, and no connection to crew. Yeah. Fleetpaw said they did the same with Hemmer, though. Hypno Amber, they did. Matt Deckard, Klingons don't rap, they dirge. This is like the final season of Gilligan's Island. Yeah, apparently they filmed a scene like that, but because of the tone of the episode, they decided to go a silly way, and that's perfectly fine. Trek or not, when I wake up, well, I know I'm gonna be a Klingon who wakes up next to you when I go out. Yeah, I know. I don't know what the fuck you're trying to do. Referential integrity. You didn't even sing about bunnies. Or they didn't even sing about bunnies. I know. Lieutenant Commander Raymond Anders. Great show. I was really surprised. And Captain, I was promoted to Lieutenant Commander from SFI. Very well. Congratulations on your promotion. Trek or not, if I get drunk, well, I know I'm not gonna. Musicals are an acquired taste. I hate them on screen and get too bored. I enjoy them live. Yeah, I understand that from a lot of people as well. Yeah. Trek or not, but I would warp. Oh, I'd warp 500 years. Okay, gotcha. Hypno Amber had a lot more personal interaction with Uhura and thus built some connection. BJ said the intro song was the best part for me. They should use it next season with Lower Deck style intro. Yeah, there were some songs that definitely stood out and other ones that just didn't hold up on multiple playbacks. Sesha 314. How many seasons do you think this series can go? It's not going to get to 7 years that TNG got because it's streaming. Well, it also can't get to 7 because it's only like 4 more years until Kirk takes command or something like that. I think they'll probably do a nice tidy 5 seasons, would be my guess. But yeah, that's about it. Ryan Hill, speaking of science and Star Trek, they had a nice rhyme for the inertial dampeners. It's one of the songs, so success in blending the musical stuff with the Star Trekky stuff. Jonathan, it made me think of the episode of Sanctuary where they were exposed to some creature making them sing or something like that. It was all right as a guilty pleasure, but not much of a story. Yeah, there's not much of a story to talk about with it, and that's fine. I honestly thought going into it that they were going to get like... It was going to be an alien race that's how they communicate, by singing, and it affects them, and that's how they would be able to understand them. But alas, I was wrong. Spock singing about loving using math made this girl overly This nerd girl overly happy. Yes, hypno member indeed. He is X and not EX. He saw in the song. He says, "I solved the calculation for Y," and found out that he is X in the equation. So, because the first time I watched it, I thought he was saying X as an EX. He meant that once, and then it changed to just X. Not my favorite episode, but enjoyed it and really liked Paul Wesley's Kirk. Yes, Shayla Kumar Productions. Ryan Hill, I think the rhyme for inertial dampeners would be in the first song status report. Terrence Childs, here's a question for you. Do you own a Klingon bat'leth? And if not, will you get one? I do own one. It's in the other room. It's right next door. Travels with Psy. Have a great day, peeps, and whistle while you work. Got aboard. See you later, my friend. Have a good one. Colonel Jonathan. Back to the right account. Feels comfy now. Oh, there. Colonel Jonathan. There you are. Fleetpaw says, he does, Terrence. A few of them. I only have one bat'leth. I don't have a few of them. Just one. I've never seen a Klingon bat'leth displayed outside of the show. I love the whole one. Okay. Eric Martin. Maybe Mbenga will create one of his shots for Spock to handle blood wine. Trek or not, the weird Harry Kim episodes like the one where he is apparently an alien are up there amongst the worst episodes. Yeah. Fleetpaw says his bat'leths are in the ready room. There. J.E. Carales. I looked at this episode the same way I look at Charles Napier's hippie anthems in The Way to Eden. Yeah, that was a tree song. Or a tree ring of 60s culture. Is this the tree ring of our era? Maybe. Yeah. Yay, brother. That's very much a product of its time, for sure. I don't think this is necessarily. Musical's been around a long time, so. Pumpkin Spice. They only do 10 episodes of Trek now, and not like the 22 or 26 like in the 90s. Yeah, unfortunately, that's the case. More quality, like more story-driven stuff would be good. Like this would definitely fit into like a 26 episode season. I think it was a little bit of a waste of the 10 episode run, a little bit, but at the same time, it was good and well done. So it's not a waste, right? Project Shiva. I didn't love this episode, but the Klingon bit I rewatched like 15 times. There you go. There's something for everybody. Most people turned it off before that, though, so they didn't see that. Tiburon says, any episode where the crew evolves or to evolve... Any episode where the crew evolves or to evolves is on the list for the worst. Or devolves, okay. Targs the musical, sure. Pumpkin Spice. Wasn't Scotty on the intercom last season in the very last episode in an alternate reality in a different timeline? And he wasn't on the intercom. He was handing something up through the Jeffries tube. So yes. Did you not pay attention to the show, Pumpkin Spice? Because I don't think you do. It kind of feels like you don't. Call Sign Enterprise. Why would I continue watching something that I don't enjoy? To be able to comment on it and critique it. As far as I'm concerned, if you turn it off before it's over, you have no right to talk about the episode at all because you're not informed. So, Peter Lukaku, $5. I was annoyed because one console lighting didn't link up properly. Amateur moment. Trek is known for detail. Okay, I missed that. Annoying Trek eats priceless. Fleetpaw says, Matt Deckard, stop with the trolling. Enough. Indeed. Jamie, I am happy that we are able to pull this off. Yes. He doesn't know the song Proclaimer. I know the Proclaimers. I would walk 500 miles. Yeah. You should probably fucking lead with that so that I could get into the tone of it before I started reading it. Because how was I supposed to catch on to that? Sean T, 10 out of 10, season 2 score so far. Come on, we hear Spock, Pike, and Banga, and finally, Numera Una made a difference. Finally, she made a difference, yes. Mark, I loved everyone on the bridge's reaction to the Klingons. Matt says he was impressed with the Klingon outfits, though. Yes. Terrence Childs, I think that Q did this to everyone. Sure. Mr. Captain 93, can we admit that singing Klingons were better than disco Klingons? Yes. Eric Martin, $10. Do Cap, can you sing a few bars of your favorite song from the episode? No, because I haven't memorized them. Mark says the Klingons this season are a great improvement over what we have been getting. Yes. Okay, seriously? Wake up and move. The snoring's a bit much. So the other one starts snoring. Awesome. Okay. You're going to have to move your position. But you can't breathe properly. Hey, Trekyards. Cap took a nap before my night shift and overslept. Woke up 2 hours left on my shift. Pointless to go in now. Too bad they didn't try to call me in. I didn't show up at 11 o'clock. I refuse to do military time. Old Atari gamer, I'm hoping AMC will see this and do a Breaking Bad musical. Pumpkin Spice. Paul Rubens made a minor comeback in Mystery Men in 1999. Mystery Men's a good movie. I haven't watched that in a long time. Because it's Star Trek. I don't enjoy These Are the Voyages, but I still slog through it every time I rewatch Enterprise. Yes. J.E. Corellis, you're right. Spock's brain is analogous in our era's version of Shakespeare. I just want to see if you can say analogous. And I should be able to say that in your inebriated state. I'm not inebriated, so that's hilarious. Trek or Not says, I played the Elite Force Klingon level other day. Bloody great game. Yes. Mr. Captain 93, did you catch the Roger Corby reference? Yeah, did you catch it a few episodes ago? Probably not. Yes, of course I did. It's pretty friggin' obvious. The Louis Pasteur of archaeological medicine. Mr. Captain 93, so will you and Sam sing tomorrow? Nope. Pumpkin Spice. I thought batleths were illegal because they were sharp. Nope. There's swords back there as well. They're also not illegal. Smack that like button. Yes. 76. Ooh, that's a lot of likes. Hit that like button though. Let's try to get to 100. With 99 people here. Welcome everybody. Probably pissing people off tonight. It is what it is. I'm giving you my opinion. You don't like it. I don't care. I wonder, would buying a batleth and shipping it to the UK be considered an illegal weapon? Yes, importing them and stuff could be problematic going across state or country lines. That could be an issue, but Sean T, interesting. Pelia came up with a solution for music to communicate with the subspace fold. She must know something. In the UK, barely allowed to own toothpicks. Fleet Pa said the one I bought at a con isn't sharp pumpkin spice. Alan, does anyone know what this season is about? It's episodic. Every episode's different, so there is no what's the season about. The only overarching thing is the Gorn. Mentioned in the first episode, mentioned in the last episode for like a half second, and then the following episode, the next one, last episode is probably going to focus on them. That's it. It's an episodic show. There is no fucking overarching story. It's not serialized. They're doing Trek properly, making it episodic. So there is no, what's the season about? Charles Napier got royalties for years from those songs he wrote for Way to Eden. Dancing Klingons, gotta love it. Fleet Pa says there isn't really a theme, Alan. It's not Discovery or Picard. It's more episodic, yes. Gotta run, family stuff. We'll watch later. Thanks, Cap and Trekyards. Faithful. All is great. Good to hear. See you later, Sean. Smart Smears, I loved it, but at the same time, I think Strange New World Season 2 had too many plots that are kind of sci-fi plot as an excuse for characters to bounce off each other. We could have done more. We could have done without charades. Mr. Captain 93, Picard Season 2 could have used a musical. Yes. 40-something man-child. My father, who was a massive TOS fan and got me into Trek in the first place, said it was the end of Star Trek, but then I pointed out shore leave and he shut up. It's the end of Star Trek. Oh my God. I fucking hate that. Even Discovery, which was overall not super great, was not the end of Star Trek. Oh my God. Verpine, I figured the cause was going to be Q, like entity that was playing with the crew. Very happy I was wrong. By the way, what did you think of the kaleidoscope of dancing stars? I thought that was a very cool visual, but ultimately silly. Smart Smears, La'an and Uhura had the best songs. Also, it was really funny seeing everyone dance around Spock while he was getting broken up with. Yeah, well, funny, that's just sad. Jonathan, with the intro music changed, I expected a guest star like Pentatonics or some other beatboxing band the way that they did with Lower Decks crossover episode. Fleetpaw said I found charades entertaining. Smart Smear proves that that even Vulcan has Karens. Wow. Zachary Gibbons, I thought the song episode was good for the most part. I hated the ensemble number. Peter the Caco, when I meant about the console bot lining up, what was the lightning arc over the console where the arc separated in the middle was super off, like inches. Okay. J.E. Corrales. Yes, you are drunk with passion for Trek. Aw. Well, then I got a problem. I am glad they mentioned Roger Corby finally. Well, they mentioned him a few episodes ago, but okay. Finally, finally they mentioned him. Yeah, they mentioned him already, so. Mark says, I'm looking forward to the breakdown of the display showing the list of starships affected. I tried to keep up, but didn't catch the ships listed. Well, we'll catch them tomorrow during our live breakdown and review. Thirst Contact says, but Cap, it's not military time outside of North America. It's just accurate because the day doesn't start at 12. It starts at... I don't give a shit. I can't figure out military time to save my life. I was never good at math. So every time somebody's like, 2,200 hours, I'm like... Take away 12, that's 10 o'clock. It's hard for me, so I don't do it. Yes, make fun of me for not being good at math. I'm also dyslexic. Make fun of me for that as well, why don't you? Yeah, I could never do math. I couldn't tell time on an analog clock till like grade 11. That was one of the... I remember going home with the papers with the little clock faces that you had to draw the hands on for the time as my homework, and because I couldn't get it. I couldn't figure it out in public school. And finally just came to me one day in grade 11. And since then, from that moment on, I owned almost exclusively analog watches. So they keep forgetting Ira Graves from TNG, who taught knitting and sing to made androids. Big Kinga just finished it. The Klingons said at best are dishonor. Verpine, happy that they are sprinkling in more classic aliens. We got a very brief but good tell rate in this episode, as well as Delton, and the Klingons are great. Yes. Eric Martin, I had a minor part in a school musical production, and there was much rehearsing to get it right. It's a lot of work, so good for them. Yes, I was in public school in grade 7, I believe. I was in Pirates of Penzance. I was just a background person, not one of the main people, but... Scott Day, I love the episode. They pulled off the singing very well. I liked Nurse Chapel's song and dancing the best. Ozzy is here. Forza Jersey says, just woke up from a nap. I dozed off in 2008. I'm sure good Star Trek is back by now. Gastro 1980. Hey Cap, you and Sam should do a live sing-along. Just kidding. Not sure we need that. You don't need that. Jadic Productions, I enjoyed it. However, I maintain they missed a chance for Star Trek and by the forum would have been funny. No. Big Kinga, it was funny and was really goofy. Now I hope they got it out of their system. Yes, they did. Scott Day, I love the episode. They pulled off the singing very well. I like Nurse Chapel's song and dancing the best. Did somebody not just say that a minute ago? Okay, you don't have to repeat your comments, Scott Day. Once is enough. I'll move it to it. I hope the Hordex makes fun of the singing. That would be great. I'm sure they'll reference it. The great singing, whatever, of 2262 would probably be the year. Could be wrong about that. I was pleasantly surprised by this episode. I was expecting not to like it. Same here, Jay. I went in going, how are they going to do this and make it good and make it fit with Star Trek? And I think they did a good job. I rather enjoyed it. Tyrone Lease, in my opinion, Star Trek has 3 great actors play the captain: Patrick Stewart, Avery Brooks, and Anson Mount. Titan's Husky Life. I did not enjoy the episode at all. The only thing I'm happy about is that they provided a reason for them to be singing and not just randomly doing it. Well, they wouldn't just randomly doing it. Star Trek is not a show that would do that. You need to have that establishing of why. I thought like Spock sounded like David Bowie a bit. Thank you, Ryan Hill, for being so condescending. 2200 equals 10 p.m. You got it. Yay. Thank you. I'm so proud of myself. You say 1700 hours and I'm done. I don't know what that is. Maybe I should take away, you got to take away 12, right? So 5 o'clock, 5 p.m. There you go. Yay. I just hate that it takes me forever to figure it out in my head. And forever, by forever, I mean a couple seconds. It shouldn't, but it does. Grant McGregor throws in $20. Wow, this episode took me the longest to get through. Auto-tune with modern auto-compression made me pause almost every song, and the Klingons were the best looking I've seen and never want to hear about them again. Moonlight SY3. Enjoyed the episode, especially the La'an solo. See, I didn't like the Uhura solo. I didn't really like the La'an solo. I mean, they're fine the first time around, but in rewatching, those are the worst for me. There's just some that aren't that great to sit through again. I love the episode. They pulled off the singing very well. All right, Scott, that's enough. Fleetpaw, keep an eye on Scott Day, please. Reposting the same comment over and over again is not cool. I apologize. What other episode did they mention Roger Corby? The one with the where she got rejected from oh my god, when she got rejected from the program the first time. They at the beginning of the episode, so they say what are Corby's 3 main principles of archaeological medicine? What are Dr. Corby's 3 main principles of archaeological medicine? It's right at the beginning, but yes, whatever episode that was. So yeah, there you go. The one where Spock was human, that's the one. Well, I'm going to skip a few. Going to skip a few comments just because I need to. To be honest, my dad has a Detroit text since 2009. He thought Strange New Worlds was silly. To me, Trek has been silly before. Bride of Chaotica, Trials and Tribulations, etc. I love those 2. Yeah, those are some of the best episodes in my opinion. Fun episode. Another thing for those who are mad at the last episode because no Batless. Stop it. Yeah, it's just, yeah, feeding the trolls at this point. Bacasta, I think your dad doesn't like Trek. He likes his memories of Trek. Show him a TOS piece of the action. Yes. Good point. Doesn't Nurse Chapel singing about leaving Spock make her come off as a bit of a bitch word? I hope they don't do a more natural tightness. It does make her come off as a bitch. It does. Thirst Contact. If you have an analog watch and a flashlight and you are stuck underground, cut off the surface for 3 days. How you know if it's a day or night besides an analog alarm clock? Who gives a shit? That's going to happen, that I'm going to be cut off underground for 3 days. What does that have to do with anything? Um, Bonjour from Louisiana. Ooh. Jem'Hadar or Strange New Worlds? That doesn't even make any sense. Nick Weeg says, overall enjoyed it and not much of a show tune guy. Love the canon marks. Love the canon marks like Spock, Chapel, Breakup, and Kirk and Dr. Marcus. Mr. Captain 93, I have to admit that La'an has become one of my favorite characters. At the start of the year, I wasn't sure the character is really well written. I didn't like La'an from the very first episode of season 1. By halfway through the season, I liked her. They did a really good job with her character, and now, yeah, she's one of my favorites for sure. Klingon singing was icing on the cake. Yes. Sean Rice, I like the first song, and that is what kept me watching. Still watching. Mr. Captain 93, how awesome would Jeffrey Combs have been in this? Jeffrey Combs been in this episode? I don't know. Can he can sing. Absolutely, he can. There you go. Would have been great. Alan, I did like the beginning of the song and Spock's song. You got a nice office. Not my office. It's a library. It's our library upstairs. Thank you. My office is actually downstairs. That's where I filmed the live Trekyards that aren't this one. Like tomorrow at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time when we do our live breakdown of this episode, that's my office. But thank you. Fleetpaw said, which version of Combs? Yeah. Mr. T says, I'm puzzled by this one. I'm not sure what to think. And that's fine. Love the hidden Bruce Hammer cameo as General Gurkok. Oh, that's the first time picking that up. Okay, interesting. Kirk, I thought you just rehearsed this for me, and I started singing, yeah. Hypno Amber, of course I cried at every I'm sad and alone song. Every musical like that gets me in the feels. Oh no, Hypno Amber, don't cry. Trebon says, I wanted to see more of Klingon singing. It looked like they were having a jolly time on their ship. Yeah, when I heard the Klingons were in there, and it's like, number one's like, nobody wants to have the Klingons sing. I'm like, oh yes, we're going to get Klingon singing. And I expected like more of it, but oh well. BJ says, this is actually the first musical episode I've seen of a non-musical show, but I don't watch much modern TV outside Trek, Star Wars, The Expanse, BBC Mysteries, and BBC Mysteries and Father Brown. I mean, a lot of shows do it, like Supernatural, I think, had one, and, Xena, I believe, had one as well. Shows like that. And I think Star Trek's got that gestalt that it can pull this off, so, yeah. Thirst Contact. Did I mention I just woke up, so my ability to reason with you is not quite there yet. Absolutely, sure. Good stuff. Welcome to the world of the living and the awake. I don't even know if I'm awake, but hey. Hypno Amber, I full-blown lost it with laughter when the Klingons sang. It was so funny and perfect. Mr. T says, pluses for this episode, if the actors are using their real voices, some of them are great singers. Negatives, some of the songs were kind of blah. Spock and Chapel ending this way was weird. Well, I think she's probably going to be leaving in the next episode, so I don't think this is actually the end for them. The end of the relationship, sure, but they're still going to have a discussion about it. I'm glad they're fleshing out the characters. I'm enjoying their arcs, even in song. I agree. Gestro 1980. Grey's Anatomy did a music episode in perspective of a character having brain trauma. See? Trebon says, I'm still not convinced about Kirk, but it's something new other than Shatner. I wasn't convinced about him at first either, but this season he's definitely won me over. So, Mr. T says also, it's a good thing Hura cis to send death metal. Also strange that Klingons dance like boy bands. Eric Martin, the West Side Story dance routine in the corridor was cute. Robert Wise would have approved. Lesser Logic says it was better than I expected. I agree. I'm right there with you. We are only 4 likes away from 100 likes. Hit that like button. 117 people watching. Hit the like button, guys. LOL, no politics. Just trying to stress the... Oh, I don't care. Neil Hammersmith. After Strange New Worlds, I'm going to start Letterkenny. Yeah, I haven't even watched Letterkenny yet. I've seen parts of it, but... Andrew says, Pike's leadership style is unique. He doesn't command, but rather inspires confidence in his subordinates with their own decision-making. This is why Kirk gets an all-star crew. Fleetpaw says, I wanted to hear Akul and Malota. Worst favorite Klingon opera. Yeah. Trebone says, would have loved a Stargate SG-1 musical episode. Well, I mean, we got our share of silly Stargate episodes as well, but yeah. J.E. Corrales, yes, that would have been super great Klingon reference. Nick Weeg, pretty sure they are Spock and Chapel scenes in trailer, not shown yet, so betting they have some closure. Oh, I'm sure they will, absolutely. Neil Hammersmith, do you think we will get a main cast member death in season 2 finale? No. It's going to be Captain Patel. If you want to think that she's a main character, she is, kind of. She's dating Pike. I think the USS Cayuga gets fucked up, and I think she dies, or is injured and needs to be saved, or is captured and needs to be rescued, or is captured and gets rescued and then dies as a result of her injuries, or something. I think Captain Patel's on her way out. Mr. Captain 93, I bet the fandom menace heads all exploded after this episode. I don't give a shit. Joseph Barbado. So how long was Spock and Chapel's relationship? 2 episodes? Maybe 1? Yeah, it wasn't long at all. Fleetpaw says, the world would not have cared. J.E. Corellis. A serious question. As we've had 2 sort of theme episodes, cartoon crossover musical, what similar sort of thing do you think they should try next to or avoid? I don't know. Like I said, shows like Xena and stuff like that have really fun episodes, like set in modern times, or Xena's just a story. Supernatural did a great one of that, where they jump into the bodies of like Jensen Ackles and whatever the other guy's name is. Can't remember right now. But they're actually actors starring on a show on Supernatural. They're not their own characters. Like, that's fun as shit. I would love to see that in Star Trek and see the behind the scenes production crew of an actual Star Trek episode. And it's like the show Star Trek, and it's like they're just actors, and they're the actual actors, but they're the characters that are in the actors' bodies that want to get. That would be cool. Jared Padalecki. That's it. Padalecki. Whatever that name is. Avoid Mirror Universe. A sort of Bride of Chaotic thing. Yeah, something like that. Eric Martin, I hope Ahsoka is good. Now the Strange New World season is almost done. Yes, it's coming up soon, isn't it? Zachary Gibbons, I wouldn't mind them trying Turnabout Intruder again, but making it more fun. No ducking clip shows. Stay away from the Mirror Universe. No time travel to the future. J.E. Corellis. Ooh, that was a great response. I'd like to see some sort of meta show, but done well. Agreed. Yeah. I don't know. There's probably other stuff that I could say there, but... Leonardo throws in 1,000. Not sure of the currency, but thank you so much. The Kirk is growing on me. I would love to see him in phase 2 show, or a phase 2 like show, I think. Yeah, that would be great. Oh, he's got a limited time though. He's got to hand over the Enterprise to Kirk, become full fleet captain, and then have a couple years, like a year or 2, of doing that before his accident. So, Nick Weeg, a meta show like Star Trek parodying Galaxy Quest, parodying Star Trek. Yeah. Scott Dace. Oh, he actually said something new. I was wondering when they're going to do a First Contact episode. Haven't they? They did season 1. They did well. It was a first contact episode essentially. They even disguised their faces to be like the populace. It was like the first or second episode of season 1. So yeah, they have done that. JE says I noted that Paul Wesley sort of has a resemblance to Jeffrey Hunter. A little bit, a little bit. BJ says singing is not new to Trek. Even Chief O'Brien sang. Picard, yeah, we all know people sang, um, sing, but to do a musical, that's new to Trek. Singing's not new. And of course, there's been much singing in every iteration of Star Trek. So yeah. Mr. Chief says I agree on Captain Patel possibly dying. Yeah. And Jamie says it was episode 1. Yes, there you go. Hold on just 1 second. Precious. Okay, come here. A little bit. A little bit, okay? I can hear you breathing funny. There you go. There you go, stretch. Dogs, am I right? Zachary Gibbons, the actor who plays Kirk, is good, but the age of the actor would make me worry if he would hold up to a Kirk, Spock, McCoy series redo. I honestly don't think they would do it. Well, they're not going to do a redo of TOS, so no. I don't know why everybody wants that. Let's redo TOS. No, TOS already exists. Sorry, but your luck. Clone and Jonathan haven't had a proper dream episode yet. That's another one, yeah. Or mind rape. Yeah. Did Kirk know that Carol was going to have a baby after he took command? Yes. Mr. T says, with the Gorn arc kicking off, I'm curious to see if the Klingons have a part. Their reaction to the Gorn would be fascinating. Oh yeah, for sure. Okay, stop. I'm going to kick you out of the bed, so you have to move somewhere else. Eric Martin says, I wish Lon would let her hair down. She is so much prettier that way. Absolutely agree with you, but it's probably not regulation. I mean, number 1 does it, but I just think it's the character who doesn't want to do that. But yeah, I totally agree with you, Eric. I'm afraid that this will be an episode with the polarized history. It will be loved or hated. No real need to fight about it, but people will. Yeah, exactly. The worst episode of Star Trek ever. That's what a lot of people will say. So just take my advice. Do what Captain Foley does and say, fuck him. Don't worry about it. David Smith. Maybe it's the musical genre I didn't like, but I couldn't finish it. I may go back and give it another. Oh, for fuck's. Here's another one. Okay. When you say you didn't finish it, where did you stop watching it? Because it's not all musical. There's a lot of good story beat. There's a lot of character development for sure. And some really hilarious shit at the end. So I don't know where you stopped watching. I'm interested to find out. Let me know what made you turn it off. I don't understand that mentality. I can't watch something and then not finish it. It's like, just fucking watch it. I don't understand. Nick Weeg, don't want Captain Patel to die. Pike has suffered enough, past and future. Maybe Pelia? No, don't want her to die. Seems like rotating chiefs would be a thing before Scotty, Una, and La'an if they really want to wreck the fans. Sure, they could do each of those, sure. And it was kind of suggested that they might have a new chief engineer every season as a thing until Scotty shows up. But we'll see. We'll see. Patel can go, though. I really don't give a shit. BJ says, well, with all the singing, a musical episode was bound to happen. As Spock would say, the odds were increasingly good. Just figure it would be Lower Decks. Yeah, absolutely. Or Prodigy. Snoring doggo time. Yes, it's a little annoying sometimes, though. Una could go. Yeah, I'd be fine with Una sacrificing herself. J.E. says Pike versus Landru, like computer, like 5 times in one season. That would really be a TOS meme. Verpine, the book Red Shirts has a great meta take on sci-fi. It follows lower decks character members who realize they are an expendable crew and their fates are controlled by the writers of a TV show. Trebone says, how about an episode where they run into a godlike being like in TOS? There you go. What we need is them to run into something. As I was reading that, it made me think of this. Godzilla-like, like a Godzilla creature just destroying a city on this planet. And they're like, this is not natural. Should we take care of this? This is not part of their natural development. That'd be hilarious. Godzilla in Star Trek. There you go. Let her down. I had an instant crush on her. Oh, Eric. Nick Weeg, I bet a lot of Trek alums are jealous since franchise has a history of getting stage actors just like the show. Yeah. Ozzy, Kirk did tell on that Kara was pregnant. Yeah, I know Ozzy. He knew that she was pregnant in Star Trek, like when they talked in Star Trek 2 as well. He says, I did what you wanted. I stayed away. Like he knew that she had a baby. She didn't hide that from him. So, yes. I don't know what you're driving home there, Ozzy, but yes. Zachary Gibbons, Kirk always knew about David, but remember Star Trek 2, I did what you wanted, I stayed away. There you go. It was Carol that didn't want Kirk. Yeah, I don't want him gallivanting across the cosmos with his father. Eric Martin, I walked out of the movie Arthur 2, but it's the only time I did that, and it was well deserved. Okay. Fleet Paw throws in $2. Pike must suffer. Patel must die. I like it. J.E. says, yes, there are so many pantheon out there. They could meet Dollar Store Thor, Zeus himself. The real god is Shikari. The Buffy musical can't touch this masterclass. There you go. 17 minutes in, lost me. Well, then you didn't stick around long enough. It gets way better after that, and there's a good explanation for everything, and the solution's great, and it's not all goddamn singing. So I'm sorry, David. I would say go rewatch it. Was it a particular song? I don't know where the 17-minute mark is offhand, but anyway, whatever. I'm so sorry that you couldn't stick with it. I don't understand the mentality, but here we are. Moonlight SY3. Captain, have you ever watched the 80s TV show Matt Houston? Absolutely. Watched that with my parents all the time. I even had a little Matt Houston car that I would play with. Fleet Paw, you turned it off way too soon. It got probably about 20 minutes in. Yeah. J.E., make it Mothra. Godzilla's been done to death. Lido Atreides 82. Just joined the chat. Not sure if you already answered this, but do you think Christine will do a proper breakup with Spock in the next episode? Yes. Or next season. She's not gone. Everybody's like, oh my God, she's never coming. She's gone for 3 months. 3 fucking months. By season 3... she'll either come back episode 1 of season 3 or episode 2, maybe episode 3, because there's always like a couple months or a little bit of distance between seasons. Well, not always. Sometimes there is. Best of both worlds, absolutely not, right? But sometimes there's a gap of time. So she'll be back. Don't worry. Scott Day says, do you know Strange New Worlds crew will appear as a crossover in Lower Decks new season? Yeah, probably not. Chris Valdez, doesn't Warp 11 have a song about Kirk fighting Khan? Close enough. They probably do. Yeah, I was actually listening to them today when I was coming back from my son's place. Trey Bowen says, Captain Foley, I loved how they implemented the singing by making it their conversation. That was the right way to do it. Trey Bowen says, I don't think they should. I would like it, but I don't think they should. Are we talking about food yet? Or about the hour mark? Not yet, but yeah. People are polarized about this episode, but now you mentioned food, here it comes. J.E. says, now I will have to say this. If these people turned it off, that is very, very bad. Don't be mad, but this is alarming. It won't be the end of Trek, but it is voting with one's feet. Okay, you said words there. Eric Martin says, I miss the Fall Guy. I could even take Lee Majors singing. I'm not the kind to kiss and tell, but I've been seen with Farrah. I ain't never been with anything less than a 9. So fine. I've been on fire with Sally Fields. Blown, gone fast with a girl named Bo. Yeah, I love the Fall Guy. Don't test me, boy. Neil Hammersmith, we might get a semi-reboot of TOS given recent comments by Akiva Goldsman. We have talked about Stranger Worlds being Prime adjacent, so this could be a possibility. If it's Prime adjacent and they want to do their own thing but similar to TOS, absolutely, go for it. Milk that cow until it's skin and bone. Captain, please rank the TV PIs, Magnum, Rockford, and Houston. I think you just did. Magnum, Rockford, and Houston. Don't forget Simon and Simon. I'd say Magnum, Simon and Simon, then Rockford, then Houston. This felt very TOS. Loved it. Felt like when I watched TOS reruns in the 70s, early 80s with my dad. Joseph said, I mean, even if I don't like an episode, I still watch the whole thing, even if it's struggled to get through. Yeah, because otherwise you really don't, you can't comment on it. And if you do, you're a hypocrite. You can't comment on something you're not educated on. So if you haven't watched the episode, stop talking about it. Just got home now, so how was the episode tonight, Captain Foley? I enjoyed it, Daniel. It was all right. Some of the songs don't really stand up to multiple listenings, but overall it's a fun episode. It's true, I hire my body out for pay. Hey. Yeah, I love the Fall Guy theme song. They'll post to a reboot. They are supposed to do a reboot of the Fall Guy. That'd be cool. Nick Weed, considering both Picard and Stranger Worlds have both hit the top 10 streaming repeatedly this year, don't think new dissenters are going to impact current path. Now we need Legacy announced. Yeah. Favorite line? Work the lock, don't look at the dogs. Yeah. I still can't get the Klingons singing out of my head. It was perfect. Joseph Fleming says, just tuning in now. Love this episode. Some fans do not know how to have fun. Paul Wesley is great as Kirk. Perfect. Lorlick. At 43:42, Spock said for her to set aside my need to analyze. Now I am wrecked. There is a shirt that features Spock, and it says, Trek yourself before you wreck yourself. He speaks of Spock. Nice. Mr. T, Patel's death would make Pike's story even more tragic. Yeah, and it's going to happen. Shea Locomotive Productions, I was kind of hoping Kirk and Lon were going to get together for a little bit. Yeah. All right. So people are eager to talk about food, and what better food to put in your mouth than a nipple? And speaking of nipples, we have nipple covers here from Hypno Amber in the chat. She made some pasties for Sylvia. So, let me just show you them. Nice segue, Captain Foley. And here they are. There's two, of course. And they're tassels. And the tassels are detachable. So Hypno Amber, thank you. These are epic. If I ever take my shirt off during a Trekyards, I can wear these. There's a site. All right, there we go. Let the food talk commence. I won't show the other thing in here, Hypno Amber. Maybe I should. I don't know. Yeah. You know you like them. I can't really see anything. I'll show the other ones. I just won't say anything else about it. Here's another set. Voyager. So there you go. Thank you, Hypno Amber. They are awesome. Thank you again as well for the necklace and the keychain. That is awesome. Sylvia loves them. I was super stoked to see them. I can't wait to see them on Sylvia. Everybody's like, too much, TMI, TMI. I don't care. Welcome to Trekyards. Or welcome to Captain Foley After Dark. Anyway, so there you go. Eric Martin says, oh my God, please tell me this isn't going to lift his shirt and model the pasties. No. Nick Weeg, Batleth Boys. That's a teen beat wallpaper just itching to be made. Joseph says, I'm eating a Pop-Tart cherry. Now let's start the debate. To toast or not to toast? Never toast your Pop-Tarts. No. And always eat the crust first, because it's the least enjoyable part. And then eat it, yeah. Yes, Captain, thank you for keeping us abreast of things. No problem. Moonlight says, believe it or not, I'm walking on air. I never thought I could feel so free. See, you're making this a musical episode by throwing these songs at me to sing. Yeah, Greatest American Hero, love that song. Absolutely love it. It's fantastic. Initiate tassels separation. You have to remember, the tassels are handmade from vintage 60s fringe. Ooh, excellent. Who knows where they've been and what they've seen. That's amazing. Fleet Paw says, hot damn. They look fucking awesome. Good work, Hypno-Amber. Yes. Yes, I love them, Hypno-Amber. I absolutely love them. I can't wait for Sylvia to wear them, as I said. I can't share pictures of it, probably. I mean, that's probably a bad thing. But hey, I'm excited to do that. So thank you so much. Terrence Childs, please don't ever put those damn things on Captain Foley. Or Captain, I'm really begging, and please don't do this to me. Mr. T, regarding haters, if this was a stock story done as a musical, that would be annoying. That's not what happened here. This was a creative episode and a very eventful episode. Thank you, Mr. T. I really appreciate that take on it. Absolutely. Vina approved. Order 4 more for the cat creature on Nimbus 3 from Star Trek. Fleet Paw said, first person to super chat $100. Foley will remove his shirt and try on one of the pastes. There you go. Or the first person to super chat at $100 would prevent me from doing so. It's your gamble. Trey Bone says, LOL, I love it, the Batleth Boys. Ozzy says they need to be on Super Captain Foley maneuver. No. Verpine throws in $2. Keep the shirt on. There you go. See, super chatting to keep my shirt on. That's the way to do it. J.E. says, nope. A toasted Pop-Tart sticks to the top of your mouth like a blob. Yeah, never toast them. Fleet Paw says, I need new meme material, Hypno-Amber. I think wearing them as eyes would be good meme material, Fleet Paw. As I put them in, I'm like, shit, Fleet Paw's going to meme this somehow. But we'll see how that turns out at the end of this. You got to know when to fold them. Yes, absolutely. The Gambler. Love it, Ozzy. Eric Martin, Fleet Paw, how much is that in ARS? I don't know what it is. What? Yeah, the ARS currency was 1,000. I think it was probably like $20, maybe? I don't know. Did they announce all 10 songs being released as an album? Anyone here have a release date? No and no. So I don't know. Just sit back and we'll tell you. Just sit right back and we'll tell the tale of a fateful trip that started from this tropic shore aboard this tiny ship. The mate was a mighty sailing man, the skipper brave and sure. 5 passengers set sail that day for a 3-hour tour. A 3-hour tour. The weather started getting rough. The tiny ship was tossed. If not for the courage of the fearless crew, the minnow would be lost. The minnow would be lost. I'm not going to finish the song, my dear. That's just this way it is. You'll have to try another one and see if I'll go there. I'm not really good at making stuff up on the spot, but anyway. Get Steve Shives to wear them and we'll talk. Terrence Childs, no more tassels on this channel. No more man chests on this channel. It's my channel, so if you don't like it, too bad. Trebone, the band name of the Klingon singing the Kronos 3. I like that. James McGill, usually not a fan of a musical show, but surprisingly, I enjoyed this episode. Yes, me too. Eric Martin, if you have a problem and you can't, if you have a problem and no, if you have a problem, I can find them. Maybe you can hire the A-Team. Dun 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 dun. Dashing and daring, courageous and caring, faithful and friendly with stories to share. All through the forest they sing out in chorus, marching along as their song fills the air. Gummy bears, bouncing here and there and everywhere. High adventure that's beyond compare. They are the gummy bears. I love the gummy bears theme song. That's fucking awesome. Hi, my beloved Trekkies. This one was a banger, and I will watch this many times to come. Angels on Fire. That's awesome. Trebone says, love Spock's logical singing. Hey, hey, we're the monkeys, and we like to monkey around. I get no problems putting everyone. I don't know, really. I do know the words, I just can't remember them right off the top of my head. All the man tassels, yes. Nick Weig, did this hour make up for the tragic history that is lyrics in Enterprise theme? Nothing wrong with Faith of the Heart, dude. J.E. says, a man's home is his castle, and if it's not a hassle, he may choose to wear I think you mean tassel. And as he is the king, and you remain a mere vassal. Ooh, sing Gene Roddenberry's works to those TOS things. How about no? G.I. Joe, a real American hero. G.I. Joe is there. G.I. Joe is the code name for America's daring, highly trained special mission force. Its purpose, to defend human freedom against Cobra, a ruthless terrorist organization determined to rule the world. Yeah. So instead of talking about food, we're talking about, or we're singing, because, yeah, this was a musical episode. Why not have a musical hangout? Sure. Mask, I don't know as well, although I'm currently watching it slowly on, is it Tubi or Pluto? Love the grand finale ending with the OG TOS. Yeah, that was pretty awesome to hear. Gem. Gem. Like, never really watched Gem. It came on like right after G.I. Joe, so I kind of did catch the beginning of like the theme song. But if I heard it, I would know it, but I can't recall it off the top of my head. Moonlight SY3. Life is like a hurricane here in Duckburg. Race cars, lasers, aeroplanes. It's a duck blur. Might solve a mystery or rewrite history. DuckTales. Ooh, doo, 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 doo. Yeah. Voltron. From days of long ago. From uncharted regions of the universe comes a legend. The legend of Voltron. Yeah. Tiny tunes I don't remember. Go, go, Power Rangers. Ooh, go, go, Power Rangers. You mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Bill. Buck Rogers. I do know Buck Rogers, but dun 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 dun. William Buck Rogers. Life support system failed. I can't remember. I can't get the cadence of it. Rescue Rangers. Might need a refresher on that one. As soon as I hear it, I would know it, but yeah, I can't establish the cadence for it right now. The real Ghostbusters, eh. George Mangrum, I felt bad for Laan, spilled her guts for nothing, and Spock got his heart ripped out. Still, the episode was lots of fun. Gotta sing the Herc song. Hercules, hero of song and story. Hercules, winner of ancient glory, fighting with his might. Fighting with his might, with the strength of 10 ordinary men. Hercules, people feel safe when near him. Hercules, only the evil fear him. Softness in his eyes, iron in his thighs, virtue in his heart, fire in every part of the mighty Hercules. Good God. Love that they finally called out Kira Marks. I know, that was great. Okay, stop. Seriously. I'm gonna poke you with a stick. Make sure you're not dead. Sounds like you're leaking gas. Inspector Gadget. Oh, I know Inspector Gadget. What is it? Again, it's just establishing the cadence of it after not hearing it for so long is sometimes tough. Okay. Really? You need to get up. Oh, sorry. Oh, what's wrong? What's wrong? Okay. Oopsie. Okay. Don't know what that was about. What's wrong? What'd you do there? I know you were really tired. There, they've all been reshuffled now. There are those who believe life here began out there, with tribes of humans that could have been the forefathers of the Aztecs, the Egyptians, the Mayan. Some believe... I can't remember that offhand either. As soon as I hear it, I'd be able to pick it right back up, but... Did y'all have any Canadian specific shows we didn't get down here? Mention them and I'll look them up on YouTube. Probably lots. Reboot. There's lots of Canadian shows. I don't know. I can't think of any off the top of my head. Just getting here. What's the consensus on this episode? Some people couldn't watch the whole thing. They lost interest. A lot of people loved it. A lot of people thought it was great and funny and, good episode. So, Project Achieva, which 80s cartoon intros goes hard? The Raccoons. Raccoons is good. That's a Canadian one. It was Schnirl Sneer. I can't remember the tune of that, though. Yeah, I can't remember the tune of that one. I love this. It's Captain's Request Night. Transformers, please. Dun 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 dun. The Transformers. Dun dun dun. Robots in disguise. Autobots wage their battle to destroy the evil forces of the Decepticons. The Transformers. Robots in disguise. Captain Planet. Captain Planet. Clone of Jonathan reboot, as in I Come From the Net, was definitely on in the US. Yeah, I know, but it was made by a Canadian company. It was on YTV, which is a Canadian channel here, so I didn't know how influenced it was in the States. But yeah. Yeah, I never watched Speed Racer. If I heard it, I could probably do it, but never was a Speed Racer fan. It was Battle of Planets. Dun, 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 dun. Na, 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 na. 5 young people with super. I can't remember how Battle of the Planets goes now either. Oh my god, I'm losing my mind. Speaking of Star Trek and Power Rangers, I love the mashup pic I have seen this morning on X, formerly Twitter. Just fucking say Twitter, but still Twitter to me. Yeah, don't call it this X shit. It's always going to be Twitter. Like, what the fuck? Hypno Amber, laughing my ass off. Someone buy Captain a drink for all these song requests. I'm sorry. I'm making everybody's ears bleed, and I apologize. Return to the Planet of the Apes. Okay. Daniel's Hot Topics. I can hear your pug snoring. No shit. Really? What a fucking shock. Thank you, Daniel, for pointing that out. I binged YCDTOT on Paramount. Oh, the memories. No idea what the fuck that stands for. Jordan S. They should have started singing a British tar is a soaring soar, as free as a mountain bird. But then say, I've heard this before. Then switch to a new song in Gilbert and Sullivan style. I love how Lon said, I should just tell you before I break out into a 17th century sea chanty. I love sea chanties. Or sea shanties, I mean. So I wish she would have done that. Just saying. Willis Tobo, yeah. That's a Canadian one. Now everybody's moods, so people are breathing better. Daniel says, what is your favorite line in a movie? Ashes to ashes, dust to dust. If you don't take it out and use it, it's going to rust. It's one of my favorites. Darth Maul, I have no idea what to think of this episode. I'm confused after watching this. Not sure it's Trek. It was Trek. It said Star Trek on it and everything, just so you know. As I know it. Oh, but it's Trek in elements. Okay, there you go. The singing was great. Perfect. There you go. Sorry. I jumped all over you because there's been so many negative comments lately. It's just, yeah. Neil Hammersmith, hearing your pug snore makes me miss my grandmother's or grandparents' pugs. They were the best. They are the best. But sometimes it gets annoying. Everybody's moved now, so. Up All Night with Rhonda Shear. I have no idea what that was. What that is. It wasn't terrible. Yes, well, there you go. Overall, I enjoyed it. I thought it was going to be worse. Like, I didn't know how they were going to do it. I was pleased. I was pleasantly surprised after watching it. Some of the songs are catchy. I found myself tapping my foot quite a few times, even singing along at some points because some of the songs you know what's coming up. But like I said, on multiple rewatches, some of the songs just don't hold up. They're kind of boring. And yeah, the plot is razor thin, but it's fine. Good character moments, but lesser logic. I expected trash, but I was pleasantly surprised. I didn't expect trash because Stranger Worlds has been nothing but consistently good quality since the beginning. I knew it was going to be good. I just didn't know how they were going to do it, and it was better than I thought it would be. So, Moonlight says, now listen to this story about a man named Jet. Yeah, how's that go? It's Beverly Hillbillies, but listen to this. I can't make up the family pet on day shooting. Double and crude. Yeah, I can't pick up the cadence or the tone. Eric Martin, a shadowy flight into the world of a man who doesn't exist and can't act. Oh, it's not fun. Michael Knight, a lone champion on a crusade to champion the cause of the good, the innocent, the helpless. Chris Valdez. Was iffy the first few minutes, but the bunnies reference sold me. Daniel says, maybe I will give this new episode a watch, but I doubt that it is as good as the last one. Are you kidding? The last one with the Klingon was not a great episode. That was like my least favorite of this season, I think. Is it as good as the Lower Decks one? No, it's not. It's not one of the best episodes this season for me. It's very fun and enjoyable to watch, but it's very middle of the road for me. So, yeah, it's not one of the worst, though. Airwolf theme is, yeah, it is, but I can't sing it. Yeah, Airwolf's great. I'm happy they were taking chances and it was enjoyable. I'll take this over Shades of Grey or any other show's weaker episodes. Huh, there you go. Darth Maul, I can't understand those that hate it. I can understand those who hate it. Sure. Yep. I can't, honestly. I can understand why you might not be interested in watching it ever again, but watching it at least once kind of has to be a prerequisite. So, yeah, I don't understand people that I couldn't get through it. Well, sorry about your luck. You're missing out. But hey, just go into the episode with an open mind and have fun. Exactly. Grant Johnson, Tripping the Riff is a good Canadian animated movie and series. Yes, Tripping the Riff is fantastic, and I have them all on DVD. Tripping the Riff was great. It's raunchy. Fleet Paw, thank you, whoever mentioned British Tar. Now it's stuck in my head. No thanks to me. Airwolf versus Blue Thunder would be a good fan film, possibly a short film. There already is an Airwolf versus Blue Thunder fan film. Look it up on YouTube. There's probably a few of them. As much as I love Blue Thunder, it's like a more realistic helicopter. Airwolf would just mop the skies with Blue Thunder. I'm sorry. Moonlight says Sam should do a short Airwolf versus Blue Thunder. No, it's not his thing. Breaking Bad should have had a musical episode. I agree. Every show needs one, in my opinion. Yes, every show with a gestalt and a fan base or like a cult following. Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, Xena had one. I believe Supernatural had one. Those kind of shows. Yeah, even Grey's Anatomy, as somebody said, it had one. Darth Maul says the Klingon singing was great, but unexpected the way they sang. I was expecting some Klingon operas, but the impetus was the Earth-based music. And Darth Maul, I just learned coming into this live that they actually filmed something more operatic for the Klingons, and they chose to go this more goofier route to just kind of keep the tone of the episode kind of more lighthearted. Fleet Palace says, fear leads to anger. Anger leads to hate. Hate leads to suffering. Don't fear what you don't like because you get angry and suffer. Yes. Buffy the Vampire Slayer had a musical episode and it was awesome. Did you see it, Captain Foley? I did. Yes, that's another show with like a good cult following that can definitely get away with something like that. I think Star Trek has enough of a cult following now that it can pull off a musical episode. And guess what? Here we are. Hypno member said my dog and I just sang a duet of the TOS theme. That's how we roll. There you go. I'm providing backups. Mr. T says, while the chat has been going on, my wife finished the episode. She gives the episodes 2 thumbs up. Awesome. And I give her 2 thumbs up as well. Shay Locomotive Productions, row, row, row your boat gently down the stream, looking for marshmallows. Matthew Lebner, good evening, everyone. Sorry I'm late to the hangout. Oh my God, Matthew. What's wrong with you, man? You done fucked up, son. All right, you have 131 likes. Can we hit 150? So if my math is correct, that's only 19 more. 19 more. Hit that like button if you haven't already. If you're just joining us, hit that like button, please. J.E. says, I tell you, Gene's words to TOS, everyone, beyond the rim of starlight. Oh, fuck off. Yeah. Yeah, no. Neil Hammersmith, Supernatural's 200th episode had a musical in it, and the boys have to save all the girls. Ah, yeah, okay, that's what it was. Yeah, still, though. That's still considered like a, yeah. Joseph Barbato, it was cool to hear the TOS theme as part of the grand finale. Yes. Eric Martin, Pug snoring, and now I have thunder, noisy night. Ooh, you getting thunder? Yes. I was hoping, looking at the radar map, it looks like the storm's just going to kind of skirt us, so we're not going to get a lot of it, which is a shame. I love thunderstorms. So, best Star Trek theme versus old BSG. Well, the old BSG theme just fucking, there's nothing better. The new BSG theme fucking sucks, but the old one is epic. And the best Star Trek theme, I don't know, it's got to be Prodigy or Voyager for me, probably. Prodigy's fucking great. Voyager's also great. That's a tough one. 40-something Manchild says, good night all, live long, prosper. Good night. Live long and prosper to you as well. Darth Maul, Cop Rock was a singing cop show. Think of Law and Order meets Broadway. Oh my goodness. Ozzy says, Thor is stopping by Captain Foley's house. I don't know about that. Like I said, it's going to skirt us. I don't know if we got any of the thunderstorm activity. J.E. says, well then, as for this episode, I'd say it's been a long road getting from there to here. Again, you are not wrong. And there's nothing wrong with Faith of the Heart. I'm sorry, but there's not. DS9 theme is probably my number one. J.E. says, well, Cop Rock, I remember it was hated as well. Eric says, don't forget the TOS animated series theme, Cap. It's a classic game show tune. I can't stand the music in the animated series. I can't even stand most of the music in TOS, honestly. Some of it's okay. Some of it's good. Most of it's just kind of shit. And the animated series is absolutely fucking god-awful. The Ang Studio, the Klingons should have sang heavy metal roaring the song. Yeah. Fleetpaw said it's sad people still have issues with Faith of the Heart 20 years after. It's a cliche at this point. It's not, they don't even, they all fucking know the words. They've all listened to it. They probably like it, but they closet like it. They don't want to admit they like it. It's just, it's like saying that Nickelback sucks. You know, it's just a bandwagon to jump onto. Nickelback does some fucking great songs. I love Nickelback songs. But no, Nickelback's an awful band. Their music sucks. Yeah, no, not so much. But anyway. Just plowed through Lower Decks. The opening theme is a good mashup. Yeah. Eric Martin, I want to hear the TOS fight music in Lower Decks. Yes, that kind of has to happen. That's great music. Hypno Amber, Faith of the Heart is better than the Firefly theme song. Yes, it is. Well, the animated series is god awful. Yes, it fills us with awe. It was all we had. Leonardo Squio. Nah, K-pop is perfect for Klingons. Shayla Gwen Productions. Lee Horsley from Matt Houston starred as a Canadian produced series called Hawkeye after the guy in New York in the French and Indian Wars. Great stories. Voyager, best theme, but my guilty pleasure for some reason, Enterprise. It's been a long road. Fleetpaw, it's been a long road getting from there to here. It's been a long time, but my time is finally here. And I will see my dreams come alive at last. I will touch the sky. What the hell is wrong with that? Exactly. I'm not going to sing it. Neil Hammersmith, there is an episode of Lower Decks that features the TOS fight music. Perfect. Fleetpaw says it is literally the whole idea behind Star Trek and is a great theme for that show. Yep. Mark Lawrence, $5. Hearing Cop over and over, it reminds me of the 1988 animated show Cops, Central Organization of Police Specialists. We fight crime in a future time. It had a great theme song too. It's hard to find for obvious reasons. Dun dun da 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 da. Dun dun da 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 da. Cops. Dun 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 da 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 da. Yeah. And Brave Star. Brave Star, Brave Star. In a distant land and faraway place, the planet of New Texas burns deep in space. I forget how that goes. A land of... The Carrium Rush brought outlaws. And I forget exactly how it goes, but Brave Star's great too. Theory, the Klingons were singing opera, but the translators turned it into K-pop. There you go. Perfect. J.E. says, you have to remember that the animated series, literally, as I said, we all had until TMP. That is why it has its fans. Faith of the Heart is an epic song. It's also... Okay, J.E., I'm not saying I hate the animated series. The animated series is fucking great. I absolutely love it. Great stories, well told. They got the voice actors awesome. I don't even hate the animation. I love the filmation kind of style. I love that motion mocap that they have. But the fucking music was awful. So I'm just dissing the music, not the animated series. Has nothing to do with the show. Silverhawks and Centurions? Yeah, I watched those occasionally. Wasn't really big into them. See, Mark Lawrence, yeah, he remembers it too. Yeah, I got close enough to the theme song there. I probably listened to it last week because I was listening to a bunch of old cartoon themes last week. So, favorite Bond is Connery and then Bronson. I like the first one, Majesty's Secret Service. Shit, I just had his name. I just literally had his name. He was all right. I don't even think he's my favorite, though. My favorite Bond's got to be Connery. And, yeah. Grew up with Roger Moore, though. So, Lazenby, that's him. Thank you. I thought he was pretty good in that movie. Better than he gets credit for, Lazenby. George Lazenby, that's it. Thank you. No, I think Sean Connery's definitely the winner for that. But I grew up watching Roger Moore. He's kind of like my James Bond, unfortunately. So, but I would still prefer Sean Connery. So, Old Texas is burning now, and we don't even have Tex Hex. Okay. TJ Hooker theme is epically great. I don't remember the TJ Hooker theme. Magnum PI's is fucking great. I love Magnum PI. Dun 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 dun. I couldn't imagine watching me doing this. I'm just making an ass of myself, but hey. I was hoping they would have used some of the Klingon Pop Warrior songs for the Klingons, but I could see how they could pose an issue. I agree, it's too repetitive. Yeah. No, it's not even repetitive, it's just fucking annoying. Like that opening dun 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 dun. Like at the end of it, I can't even fucking I hate it. I hate it. It's irritating and it's freaking always there, and sometimes it's too loud and you can't it's not like a game where you can disable the music, like turn the music off. It's just always there. But I love the animated series. I was not dissing the animated series by any means. Don't say, oh, back in our day, Yeah, that's the only Trek we had. It's like, I understand. I understand 1,000%. I get it. I love the animated series. It's just the fucking music. I can't even, like I said, I don't even like a lot of the TOS music. So it's more tolerable. Like it can be in the background, but there's just some of those like the romantic love ballads, like the flute. It's like play. It's just like fucking stop. Just yeah. Okay, listen. Now it's a different pug. It's just that bed because it's got the lip on it and your neck is hanging over it. Here. Yeah. There. That make you more comfortable. There was only one great animated series in all history, and that was Batman the Animated Series. The rest were mediocre. Unless you mean literally the animated series in the title, then maybe I'd agree with you. I'm actually rewatching Batman the Animated Series. I'm only like 6 episodes into season 1 of that. But yeah, I just started watching that not that long ago. It's great. It's not as great as I remember it, though. It's not really as good as I remember it. But hey, it is what it is. Benson. Used to watch Benson when I was a lot younger. I don't know if I can remember the song. It's one of those things, once I hear it, I'll be able to, like, WKRP in Cincinnati. Baby, if you ever wondered whatever became of me. I'm living on the air in Cincinnati, WKRP. Got kinda tired of packing and unpacking, town to town, up and down the dial. Baby, you and me were never meant to be. Baby, think of me once in a while. I'm at WKRP in Cincinnati. Yeah, I know all that shit. It's just, some of it I can't recall instantly. But once I hear it, boom, I'm right, and I know all the words, shit like that. So it always throws me off that Magnum season 1 has a different theme song. Yeah. And you notice in the opening credits when the Ferrari pulls away, it doesn't have the personalized plate Robin 1. It's just the standard like license plate. Magnum had a different theme at first, but thankfully it changed. Yeah, the classic Magnum PI theme is like epic, and I have it. I've listened to quite a bit in my car. So Connery is greater than Dalton. Dalton is greater than Craig. That's wrong. Lazenby is greater than Bronson. And Moore's last. Wow, that's just all wrong. But that's okay. You're allowed to be wrong. Simon and Simon has a catchy theme. It's another one I don't remember off the top of my head. Thundercats. Thundercats. Ho! Feel the magic, hear the roar. Thundercats are loose. Whoosh! Hell yeah. It's fucking great. That's classic. That's like one of the best intros to any show ever. For catchiness of the intro theme song. Thundercats is fucking epic. Yes. Probably one of the most epic. Yes, absolutely. I should probably read your next comment before I say anything. Neil Hammersmith. Kate Mulgrew voiced the Red Claw in Batman the Animated Series. Yes, she was also Miss Columbo. She was Mrs. Columbo. She was married to Columbo. Different Strokes had a good song. Yes. This one I have on my MP3 player and listen to quite often too. How's Different Strokes go? I can't remember. That's one I can't think of right off the top of my head, unfortunately. Do you watch Josh Gates' Expedition Unknown? I do. I love Josh Gates. Actually, I love Jessica Chobot. But she's on Expedition X. But yeah, Josh Gates is great. Sticking with the police theme, I also love the Sledgehammer theme song. Yes, that's another one I can't remember off the top of my head. JE says there is a full version of the WKRP theme. Give it a listen. You'll thank me. I have given it a listen. I have it on my MP3 player. Trebon says, I'm surprised that Hammer has been the only red shirt to die. Not true that they all die so far. Would be nice if someone made a reference to that, like, you're a red shirt, you'll be all right. Well, Trebon, somebody did die in a red shirt. Was it last episode? No, not last episode. Not the one before. The one before that. It was he was in the cell control, and Kirk beamed out with Uhura, and then the thing blew up, and he went into space. Yes, he was possessed, kind of, a little bit. I'm trying to remember. Uhura was going crazy too. Anyway, yeah, that one. That was a red shirt. Cheers. Those. That's. Oh yeah. Absolutely. Da 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 da. Making your way in the world today takes everything you got. Taking a break from all your worries sure would help a lot. Wouldn't you like to get away? I can't sing. Sometime you wanna go where everybody knows your name. Dun, 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 and they're always glad you came. You wanna go where... I fucked it up there, but yeah, you get it. I know what I'm talking about. Superman, the animated series, was just bad. Superman in that series was just super weak. Anyone and everyone can hurt that version and beat him up. Hypno Amber, Thundercats was my jam. That was an amazing video cartoon. Yes, Thundercats is awesome. Damn, Hot Topics. Kate Mulgrew was in Batman, the animated series. Did not know that till now. And now he's dangerous. He's acquired all the knowledge he needs. J.E. says, the facts of life. You take the good, you take the bad, you take them both, and then you have the facts of life. Yeah. Shayla, see, even little quotes of the words help me sometimes, so thank you. Shayla Kumar Productions, you take the good, you take the bad, you take them both, and then you have the facts of life. Or that works too. Eric Martin, the first time I saw Kate Mulgrew was that Remo Williams movie. Oh, Remo Williams is a great movie. That's something I haven't seen in a while. Remo Williams. If you haven't watched Remo Williams, it's a good movie. Check it out. Fleet Paw says, I love the themes from Married with Children and All in the Family. Yeah. Trey Bowen says, what is the other cartoon show that went up against Thundercats? Went up against it? I don't know. I got the original TMNT song. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, heroes in a half shell, turtle power. They're the world's most fearsome fighting teens. They're heroes in the half shell and they're green. When the evil Shredder attacks, these turtle boys don't cut him no slack. Yeah, that's another great one. Anyway. Boy, the way Glenn Miller played songs that made the hit parade. Ooh, Sledgehammer. Wow, I'm Tramps Dam. I'm trapped in the future. It sucks. Daniel says the next episode of Strange New Worlds is Homogeny. It sounds like a Gorn episode. The Gorn, Homogeny. Yeah, it is. Give me a break. Yes, give me a break with Nell Carter. That's another great one. I just can't remember it offhand. Dang it. Now I have an earworm. Now the world... Yes. Now the world don't move to the beat of just one drum. What might be right for you may not be right for some. A man is born, he's a man of means. And along come two. They got nothing but their genes. And we got different strokes, and it takes different strokes, and it takes different strokes to move the world. Yes, it does. Yeah, different strokes. Great. Fuck. Damn. See, sometimes all I need is like the first couple lyrics or like the first. Yeah. Clone Jonathan. Thank you. I had this weird habit of recording TV show themes and audio cassette at one point in the 80s. Right? Me too. J.E. The problem with Superman is that he is overpowered, thus technically he should win. He should win against everyone. The issue comes that they overcorrect and make him weak. Eric Martin says, I liked Remo, but I guess it bombed and I don't know why. I don't know why either. I remember watching that with my oldest brother Steve, and we thought it was great. Give me a break. I sure you deserve it. Give me a break. I sure deserve it. That doesn't help. Anyway, I should probably wrap it up. We're hitting the 2-hour mark. 11 more likes. If you haven't hit the like button yet, give it a tap. Please hit the like button. I'd like to get to 150 if possible. Another 20 in super chats would be great, but again, never expect that. So anyway, that's probably going to be about it. This has been fun, going over songs and singing, talking about a musical episode. It's kind of great, and yeah, thanks for that. At least we weren't talking about food this time, so that's kind of great. Kid had no cookies this episode. Oh, Kirk had no cookies. Thank you for tolerating me. J.E., absolutely, not a problem, man. Come back anytime. Good night. Good night to you. Leonardo is on finding her faith of the heart in this episode. Yes, she is. Did you like the Full House one? Yes, I recall liking it, but I cannot recall it off the top of my head right now. Anyway, on that note, thank you guys for watching. Have yourselves a great one. Hypno-Amber, thank you so much. Go check out Broken Brain Crafts on Facebook. Fantastic. I can't wait to get these on Sylvia. That's all I'll say. But thank you. Much appreciated. And yeah. Anyway, I will leave it there. You guys have a great night. Tune in tomorrow for our edited review in the afternoon. And at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, join us for a full breakdown and review of this episode. We're going to the lyrics and we'll talk about a few things here and there. But yeah, I really looking forward to seeing you guys there. And hopefully the people that haven't got all the way through the episode, because it's hard for them, figure it out and actually watch the damn thing so they can come and talk about it. But anyway, until next time, I'm Captain Foley. Again, thank you so much to everybody. Special shout out to Hypno-Amber. Amazing. And we'll catch you guys later. So have a good night. See you later, everybody.